Hey, what's up everybody? Bdf coming at you with another video. All right, there's a lot going on in the world. I want to pray for everybody who's in the crosshairs of what Donald Trump is talking about, man. Before I even get into what I got going on, that's what's on my mind. It's just he sent out a tweet essentially saying he's going to destroy their entire country or send them back. I don't know what the word was, but essentially he said he's going to kill everybody there if they don't open the Strait of Hormuz by 8 p.m. tonight. So that's what's on my heart. Before I even get into updates on myself, I just want to send prayers to those people, anybody that's in a position to be threatened in that regard. I'm not with that. I don't want that for you. And that's what I have to say about that early on. We'll get into other thoughts about that, I'm sure, as we continue to walk. But yeah, that was the first thing I wanted to say. That situation is really bad, man. And I'm not with any of that. As an American citizen, I'm very much concerned about innocent people losing their lives anywhere they at, no matter what's going on. So in this situation, I'm very unhappy about that. So that's what I can say right now. But as far as myself, I'm doing pretty good. I was able to set an appointment this morning for the gastroenterologist, 7 p.m. Not 7 p.m. on Saturday at 11:15 in Long Beach. And so I was able to get that squared away, get the transportation all set up for that. They're gonna pick me up at 10:15 here, and hopefully we get there on time. It was a little tricky because they usually have that place closed on Saturdays. And when I initially called to set up my transportation, the guy on the phone was saying, he couldn't set up the appointment because it says it's closed. He called him up, and whoever he spoke with told him that it was closed. And I was like, I just talked to them people right before calling you and set up the appointment for Saturday. And so I hung up the phone with him, called the lady back that I set the appointment with, and she said, we usually are closed, but we're opening it up this weekend for special appointments. I'm like, well, this man just said he spoke to somebody over there that told him otherwise. She was like, well, whoever you have called next, call him back and tell him to call me directly. Gave me her name and everything, and I'll tell them what's really going on. And so I did that, and it wasn't even necessary. The next person I spoke with set up the appointment with no problem. It didn't ask me if it was closed, didn't mention it was closed. They just set up the appointment for the transportation. So that took a little longer than it should have, but it got straightened out. And so, yeah, we'll finally be able to get a screening, and it'll be in a different spot. The other place, I think it was like in Encino or something. I don't know where that place was, somewhere out here in the valley. And we couldn't get the appointment set up. They wanted to do phone call appointments and all different other stuff that had nothing to do with getting the screening. And so, of course, I told you guys I'd asked the doctor to give me another place to do the screening at. And we were able to get that done with the Long Beach people. So hopefully this goes well. I'll be seeing them on Saturday. So I'll be ready for that. Of course, room day is Saturday also. So I hit my uncle just a moment ago and asked him to send the money on Friday so we can get that squared away, or send it on Thursday so I can get it ready for Friday. Because I'm not going to be around to pay these people on Saturday, and that's obviously unacceptable. So yeah, hopefully he gets back to me, and there shouldn't be any issue with that. We've been wanting to get some answers on my health for a while now, so finally going to be able to get that screening that we need to get the answers that we were asking for. It's kind of warm, man. I thought it was going to be cold this week, but it feels like it's about 80-something degrees, so I don't know what we're looking at. But I got to go do some grocery shopping, getting out of the house a little later than I wanted to, but I had too much to do this morning. And then that kind of popped up on me as far as the doctor situation. They called me from the Venice clinic and told me that they had made the work order for the Long Beach location, and so that I could call them at any moment to get that set up. So I called them immediately. While I was eating breakfast, I got that done right after breakfast, actually, and so that kind of set me back a little bit. And of course, I had the Laker video due since the Lakers play tonight, so that set me back, and I had to shave my head and all that other stuff. So it's probably like 2:15 or something like that right now. which is not bad, but I would have preferred to have gotten out by maybe an hour ago or something. Whatever the case, I got some grocery shopping to do, so I think I'll do my Hollywood walk since I haven't done that in almost 2 weeks. And yeah, man, feeling like I'm doing good as far as everything else. Haven't done any art, but I did sort some music yesterday through the music that was released last Thursday. I went through all of that stuff. It was a lot of good stuff that I was able to find, about 2 playlists worth. So I didn't quite make any playlists, but I did kind of sort them out, pluck the songs that I liked, put them in playlists that are cohesive, and now we'll be able to work on 2 playlists ahead. And I still have 2 art pieces to do for the final 2 projects of the 84 series that I was telling you guys about, that 80s music type thing that I did. I'd only done 2 of the 4 CDs, so yeah, I planned on doing that these last couple of days, but when it was time to do it, I wasn't inspired to do art, so I just didn't. So that'll be done when it gets done. I would have done it today, or maybe we'll do it later on tonight, but with what I have going on right now, it's not looking likely for tonight. And so we'll see. Sometime during this week we'll get it done, but right now I gotta get out. I ain't got no choice. I ran out of rice, ran out of corn, so stuff got to be purchased, whether I liked it or not. But it's a good thing because I had some things I want to talk about, and I need to get out too. I've been in the house for a couple of days now, more so than I probably would have liked to. Some things were going on. Bible study Sunday, and yesterday, I don't remember why I ended up staying in the house. I think I intended to do art and just didn't, but I sorted the music, so that was productive enough. Whatever the case may be, I just decided to stay in yesterday, so I'm out here now getting what I need to get. Also waiting for the money to replenish, of course, because today is the 7th, and this is when the money comes into the GR and all of that account. So that was another reason why I decided not to go out yesterday, because I knew I was getting replenished today. But yeah, man, that's what's going on. I woke up, the first thing I saw was the tweet, and my thing was, I know that they're serious. I know they're serious. That's what it really comes down to. When they threaten to blow up power plants, or threaten to blow up the entire country. This is Israel, America we're talking about. They kill innocent people before they eat breakfast every morning. And they make sure they kill some before they go to sleep at night too. And so when you've seen what they've done, you understand that they ain't bluffing. They ain't bluffing. When they say you could be blown to the Stone Age, you can just about expect that they're actually going to do that to these people. And so from what I saw this morning, valiant and courageous effort of the Iranian people, many of them surrounded the power plants that are expected to be bombed. They brought themselves out, they brought their families out, and they're creating a human shield around the power plants. Essentially saying, if you're going to bomb these plants, you're going to also bomb these people. My thing is, as I just said, they bomb people every day. Innocent people, children, they do that for fun. So it's like, I think that you are putting yourself in a position to be slaughtered if you do something like this. It's not like you're going to shame them into not attacking the points that they intend to bomb. They're going to bomb them whether you're there or not. I learned this about America watching us flee Iraq. And I reacted to it. I was so frustrated with what I saw, because our military men took off as people were hanging off of the planes, physically holding on to the planes, not wanting America to leave. We took off and let those people fall to their doom, whoever it was that was hanging on to the plane. That helped me realize, this administration and these people right now, they have no problem killing innocent people or allowing innocent people to die. If you want to offer yourself up, trying to stand in front of something they're trying to do, they will happily sacrifice you. And I don't remember the timeline surrounding, was that before the genocide or after the genocide began? I honestly don't remember. But I remember that being the first time where I realized, yo, America specifically, they have no problem letting innocent people die. This regime, this specific regime of Americans and military people, they will let you kill yourself. If you're going to hold on to their plane and they scheduled to take off at 12 p.m., you better let go before 12 p.m. or they taking off with your ass attached to it. And so that's when I first truly realized what was up with them. And so now when I fast forward to it, this is why I was so critical of the flotilla missions that went into Palestine and looking to deliver aid. I'm like, yo, these people don't mind killing you. Like, you're not gonna likely succeed in doing that. Now, luckily enough, the flotilla missions didn't lose anybody. They were treated pretty poorly when they were captured or whatever, but luckily enough, everyone that I was aware of survived those missions. But when it comes to this situation, I just wouldn't count on shaming Israel, America / Zionism with a poor reputation attached to killing innocent people, because they really don't care at all about innocent people or a poor reputation or any of that. They're just going to use their rhetoric, stand behind that rhetoric, and proceed to do whatever they choose to do, whatever the hell they want to do. And so if you're going to stand outside of these power plants that they've threatened to bomb, thinking that because your human shield is present, it's going to shame them into not bombing it, I just don't think that's a very good bet at all. I think that's a terrible bet. Judging how these operations have gone in Gaza, how they're going in Lebanon right now, I don't think you're safe at all. I think they'll kill you for real. And so I've been hearing a lot of people on this side of the fence applauding those individuals there who are doing that. And I guess I'm a coward. I think it's a poor decision. I honestly do. I think there are ways to fight establishments that don't involve you offering yourself up to slaughter unarmed. You know what I'm saying? Like, standing outside somewhere we will overcome, thinking that they're not going to bomb you because you're the good guys and because you're innocent people. Man, you're counting on the individuals who offer up children to slaughter every day. People who eat children, like, they've proven themselves to be absolutely and utterly demonic. And you think that they're going to decide not to do some evil shit because you standing there? They prefer you stand there. Like, and so I'm just I guess you would call me a coward. That's what you would call me, because I don't believe in offering myself up to slaughter. I really don't. I think there are other ways to fight the established. I think I can do more good alive than I can as a martyr. I think there's much more good that can be done in the form of numbers and strength, rather than just standing somewhere kumbaya and waiting for evil people to do evil shit to me. I just don't think that's not my preference in resistance. And I don't necessarily champion it either, because I don't think it does much good. I could be wrong. I'm listening to people that I trust and respect champion this and say how, congratulating the Iranian people for being strong. I don't think they're strong. I think they're stupid. They're going to kill you, for real. You may be able to appeal to their sense of shame. Like, maybe you think it's worth a shot, but you only get one life. And you're bringing your kids out there, your babies out there. And what you counting on? These people just seeing all of that and saying, yo, these are innocent people. We're not going to use this method because the innocent people are in the way. Like, they're not going to think that way. They're not. They've already proven they ain't going to think that way. These people relish off the pain that they can inflict on innocent people, especially if you're of color or non-Jewish. They've already made it up in their minds that they're gonna, torture you. Like, you bringing your kids to places they plan on bombing is not gonna keep them from bombing it at all, in my opinion. And I do believe that all those people they're gambling with their lives in some ways that don't look like they're gonna win. And I don't think that's a effective form of resistance at all. And I think I'm in the minority, man. I do. Like I said, I listened to a lot of people this morning. They were all saying the same thing. Look how beautiful this is. Look how they stand strong. They're not going to let these people tear down their buildings. No, they are. They're going to tear them down with you standing there. Like, that doesn't stop an evil establishment for doing a damn thing. And I tell everybody who follow me, that ain't no honorable way to go, man. No. Standing there waiting for them to bomb your ass to protect a building or protect a power plant or something. No, fam. These are monsters we talking about. These aren't diplomats. This is what I say about not being naive when it comes to those who serve the devil and how far they're willing to take whatever it is they're trying to do. They serve Satan, fam. The more y'all come around there, the more merrier it is. What you think we gonna walk? That situation is gonna go as I say it's gonna go as it pertains to them killing you, and then what? People gonna walk away and call them a bunch of killers and devil worshippers and baby slaughterers. We already calling them that. We already calling them that. They ain't shame. That's the point. There's no shame. Just intention. That's it. They're trying to accomplish what they're trying to accomplish. They don't care who's standing there, who's not standing there, what their interest is, how many of them are young. They don't give a shit. And so if you're going to offer yourself up to that, then expect to die. The best thing you can do in resistance to that is remain alive to affect the numbers of you that are in existence. The numbers of you that are ultimately sacrificed as sitting ducks does nothing, absolutely nothing, to deter what's coming at your country at all. You can stand in the middle of the street, be peaceful, and wait for them to bomb you, and all you're doing is allowing for them to catch all of y'all at once. That's it. They made up in their minds that you are worthy of dying, the terrorists or the bad guys or whatever the hell they say about you. Then yeah, they're going to be very happy for you to all stand in one spot so they can bomb the shit out of you. Yes, that's what they're going to think. Yes, do that. They're trying to genocide you. Make it easy for them if you all stand in one spot. Yes. That's not going to get it done, and that's my point. I do not think that's beautiful. I do not think that makes any sense. I think it's stupid. I think it's dangerous. I think it's self-destructive, and I think it's ultimately going to end with people dying. I really do. But that's just my way of looking at things. I think you can offer yourself up to slaughter, holding a gun, shooting at their asses. If you're gonna die in resistance while fighting the enemy. Don't die in resistance holding hands with one another so they can bomb you and then dance off and say, look how many we killed, and we didn't lose anybody. Look how kumbaya they are. They're going to heaven. They don't care about that. They're trying to accomplish what they're trying to accomplish on earth. Die fighting. That's my thought. If you're gonna die, if you're gonna offer yourself up to slaughter, make sure you do it while swinging. Don't do it standing still. That's my point of view. And that's just what I think. I could be, like I said, I could be wrong, man. I could be very wrong. I don't know. I've never been in that situation. I think being a coward is the worst thing to go. But if you're going to be brave, then be a threat to the enemy with your bravery. Don't appeal to his sense of shame when he has none. When he's already proven he ain't got no damn shame. And certainly don't bring your innocent children out there thinking that that's going to appeal to him when he already made up in his mind that ain't no innocent people there. And he gonna kill every child there because he think that child gonna grow up to be a demon, or convince himself that, or trying to convince all of us that, so he can soften the blow of what it is that it looks like when we see it happen. Whatever the hell he's trying to do, he don't mind it. He don't mind offering up your child to death. And so I don't know, man. I'm watching all of this and I'm saying, all right, y'all, if that's what y'all gonna do, man, rest in peace for real. Like, it's gonna be sad to see. If it works, God bless you. Maybe it does work. Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe he just sits there and say, yo, the world's watching. If I bomb these innocent people while they're standing in solidarity, I'm going to look bad. It could be something I don't want to happen. But I look at these people and say, man, this is what they've been trying to do the whole time, is have people insurrect. He was trying to run that game before he even got in office. Having the people storm the Capitol. Got people killed doing that stupid shit. So I have no doubt that he doesn't mind doing it tomorrow. And with Israel behind him, you know they relish in the idea that they can kill some innocent people. You know that's what they're about. Ain't nothing make them happier than killing innocent people. They do that shit to make themselves feel better. And so that's why I'm telling people, man, let's get our minds in a space where if you're brave and you really ready to die for what it is you're talking about, don't do it standing still, bro. Do that shit being an absolute threat to the enemies. Do that shit with a gun in your hand, shooting at a damn enemy. Make them kill you then. Don't make them kill you when you stand there holding your child trying to protect the freaking building. You know what I'm saying to you? Don't do that. Use your bravery in a way that makes them run. Don't use your bravery in a way that makes them feel like they can easily knock off half of your future. Because once you lose you and lose your kids, that's not just y'all who are dead. It's the people that otherwise you would have given birth to down the line. Lineage and lineage and lineage of people that don't get to live because your bloodline stops here. That's what they want to do to you. A lot of people in this era, we so brainwashed and so freaking selfish that we're not interested in nothing that don't have anything to do with our comfort, our goals, our wealth, or whatever we're on. And so we're allowing people to stop our bloodlines and genocide us, and we're excited about it. We're happy about it. Giving us shit that's going to kill us off early, aligning us with cultures that are going to dumb us down and make it so that we're not going to be home to raise our children or even live and long enough to have any. This is a genocide anytime something like that is accomplished. I do have a balanced mindset as it pertains to abortions and things like that. I'm not one of those people that believe that tool should be removed from the earth. I don't. Even with this understanding, I don't believe that it should be removed from the earth, because there are circumstances where women give birth to children and die. Or people who are mentally ill give birth to children and then abuse them. Or people that give birth to kids and then throw them in a trash can because they didn't want them. Or people have been R-worded and then they end up having kids that they did not want. Or dying giving birth to a child that they didn't willingly conceive. For those individuals, I do not want to take away their right to abort a child. Even as barbaric and as nasty and as inhumane as the process is, I think that the tool is in place to save lives and ultimately spare suffering. If we can find a more humane way to accomplish abortions, I think that would be a wonderful goal. I don't know such things. The more I learn about abortion, the less I realize any humanity is in that process. It's best you don't know how it's done. It's best you don't know. And I understand those who deeply understand how ugly it is, not wanting that tool to be in existence at all. But there's a back end to all of that. And the back end is the different sufferings that take place from certain kids being born that are unwanted, that ultimately kill the mother in childbirth. Is a lot of different things that have to be considered. Thinking about one side and not the other neglects the full responsibility of the person who's in charge or whatever that circumstance would be considered. I don't assume to understand that fully or know what's what, but what I do know is, if just like anything else that you make illegal, people are going to find ways of doing it. Even if you take it out of law, they're going to find ways of doing it, and a lot of those ways are very unsafe. A lot of those ways can be very, very dangerous, and even more so inhumane. So that might not be a solution, is putting it into law, saying it's illegal. And I think a lot of people are thinking about their own interests when they say we don't want this tool in place. They're thinking about the people as a whole and who they think is having these abortions and how they want those people to have children so there'd be more of them here and less of us, so to speak. They don't give a damn about people living good lives, having quality lives. They just want more white people here than black people and brown people. So they're going to go against abortion for that reason. And that would be the main reason that drives them so intently on removing that tool from individuals who otherwise be best for having it. I believe that. I think a good portion of this country's interest is wrapped up in selfishness and Satanism masked in religion that's meant to worship the God of Abraham. I think at this point, I think it was a lot of wickedness and evil energy that put Donald Trump in office. It's these same people that don't give a shit about anything, look like anything but them, who don't care about nobody's sufferings, nobody's concerns, but what it is that affects them and their numbers. They are the ones that ultimately enabled this evil to get in the room right now. People who hate people that look like somebody other than themselves, people who hate people who look like them because they self-hating people. Those are the same individuals that collectively came together to allow this irresponsible energy into our midst, which ruined the whole world with their selfish and evil, wicked intentions. I really believe that I've gotten to the point where I'm saying this now, and I've been thinking it for a couple of days. I would tell all of America's quote-unquote enemies, there are people here like myself who don't oppose you at all, who don't want nothing to do with coming against you or your families, don't want to take up arms against you, recognize who our enemies are and understand they are not you. But there is a great deal, and I mean a great deal of individuals here who are otherwise, who absolutely represent the worst things about this country, who absolutely hate everybody that doesn't look like them, who absolutely pretend to worship Jesus Christ or practice Judaism and really worship Satan. It's a good portion of them here. And you can put on your best in regards to being diplomats with those people, and they will turn on you. They will support what comes to you in regards to the slaughtering of yourself and your children, and they won't think nothing of it. Because if it don't affect their pocketbooks or whatever goes into their gas tanks and the prices of there, they ain't going to be interested in it. If it don't affect what goes on in their little church or their little surroundings with the people around them, they could give a shit about it. They think everybody's evil but them, and they feel like God is backing everything they do just because they are them. That representation is why Donald Trump is in office, in my opinion, and that representation is why all the things that transpire from Donald Trump taking place have taken place. It's because them evil bastards are in droves on this country. In droves. And it is their fault that a lot of this happened. Their fault. So when you're trying to surmise America, if you're from outside and you're trying to convince yourself that you're not at war with the American people, or that you are at war with the American people, whatever you come to the conclusion of, just understand that half of these people really are wicked, evil white supremacists. And if you try to do deals with them, they're going to backstab your ass. Because that's just how they roll. They've been that way since they colonized this land, and they support further colonization of other lands of indigenous people. This is what I've come to understand and believe. This is something I've always understood and believed as a black person in this country. And it's why we've had so much evil take place in this country. It's because a good portion of the people here are evil. Good portion. Not everybody. A good portion, though. Very dominant portion, unfortunately, it seems. And I tell all of y'all, man, as long as those people still have control over what happens, you can rest assured that there's going to be more imperialist colonial nonsense taking place that leave people suffering and leave a few people wealthy. And those few people are always going to have support of a great deal of people because a good portion of people identify the way I just described. evil, comfortable with the suffering of others, secretly worship the devil despite lying and saying they're Christians or Jews or whatever the hell they say they are religiously. They're not religious. They are devils. They're devils. They're colonial devils. And they've been worshiping the devil for a long time in secret. And the Zionists are not the only faction of them. They're not the only faction of them. And there's a good portion of people who've been brainwashed by what it is that's been put in place. To keep us docile and keep us not unhappy with the suffering of others and only worried about our own wealth and all this other stuff like that. It's a mental poison that has been deeply enriched in the mentality of this place by way of propaganda and a lot of different things that we ultimately champion here in America. The world has a lot of friends here, but you have a lot of enemies here. And that's something you need to just know. You need to know that when you're trying to perceive this place properly, you need the balance of both in your head. Balance of both. Otherwise, you're going to misjudge this place. You're going to misjudge this place. And so I look around, I see people who don't have nothing right next to me, man. You know, people who are up and down the street I'm on who don't have nothing. Meanwhile, we're sending billions and billions of dollars to wage war against individuals that don't want to harm any of us at all. They want to defend themselves, but they don't want to harm anybody. What we're investing in as a country and sacrificing all of our funds for is so that they can take over the Middle East and turn that into the natural power, the biggest power in the world. And what they got to do, like I said a million times, is eliminate any power surrounding that area. Iran, all these different factions, if they're not willing to do business with these people, if they're not willing to bow down to these people, then they need to be removed from the chessboard. And any means of that taking place is acceptable to these people because they're trying to create Greater Israel Pax Judaica. That's what that's what their only objective is. Only. They don't care who dies. It is not important who dies. It's not important what gets destroyed. It's not important that big portions of the smaller Israel that's in place get destroyed because they're going to take the rest of that shit too. And they're going to build over it anew any damn way. They don't care about us. They don't care about allies. They don't care about enemies. They're not interested in innocent people. They don't give a shit about none of that. They're trying to create the center hub of Pax Judaica by any means necessary, and whatever has to be sacrificed in order for that to be accomplished is necessary to these people. Whatever they have to do psychologically to assure that they don't have no problem making that happen is going to be done. And that is it. They're going to genocide every single part of that land in the Middle East. And I firmly believe that if they're able to accomplish creating Greater Israel, then they're going to want to expand on Greater Israel. They're not going to stop at this portion of land that ultimately they've told themselves that they've reserved for themselves. That is not how power works. It's going to want to take over the entirety of the Middle East and connecting countries. And then with that power, it's going to want to take over the rest of the world as well. It's not going to be a place on this earth that doesn't have that star waving on it and have their principles and their intentions taking place. If they can't realize that dream, they have every intention of destroying the world entirely. Either it's going to be waving for Israel or it's going to be dust. I already know what they intend to do. I already can see that. And then from there, what the world is going to be is a racist world where only Jewish people are given any type of humanity. Everybody else is literally going to be slaves in these people's lives. Slaves for their grandchildren, their great-grandkids. Sexual slaves for them. They're going to be doing all this Talmudic shit, man. All the stuff that they've been telling each other they've been wanting to do for thousands of years, they're going to be doing it everywhere on the globe when they have an opportunity to. This is just what the dream is, whether you like it or not. It's the dream. It's what they've been trying to do. It's what they're going to do, if you allow it. That's the world that they're creating for themselves. It's what they hope to see happen. Everything else, I don't think it even really is worked into the equation. I don't think they want to see any brown people, black people, anything other than their own in the world that they're creating for themselves, where the hub of this world will essentially be Pax Judaica. That's it, man. That's all it is. And then if we understand that, then we know what our responsibility is. If we understand what their end game is and what matters to them, then you also can devise ways of defeating them and overcoming what it is they're trying to do. But if we're confused about what it is they're trying to do or what it is their main goal is, then we are most definitely going to find ourselves doing exactly what they need to be done in order to see that come to pass. And so I tell all the Iranian people who are standing there hoping that your presence is going to deter them from bombing the power plants and bombing your country. Go home, fam. Go home. Because I think it's a very small % chance that they would be willing to spare their targets for the sake of innocent people standing there when I know what their end goal is and I know who they serve. No. No. Not them. You may want to do that with another different enemy that has ethics and that actually cares if innocent people die or cares what it looks like if they kill innocent people. Yeah, a different enemy, that might be the way to go. This enemy? No. Not this one. Not this particular enemy, no, friend, no, not them. You're dealing with a different type of evil here, and you're dealing with an unreasonable entity, man. And Iran, I believe Iran has a lot of confidence in what they're accomplishing, what they're trying to accomplish. I hope that they continue to keep their morality on the forefront of their mind for our sake, so that they won't retaliate against innocent people in response to innocent people being killed, because that's exactly what these demons are hoping Iran does. It's exactly what they're trying to coerce Iran into doing. Is bombing us to hell or having one of their allies bomb us to hell in response to us bombing them to hell. Killing half the world's economy, essentially. That's what I think they would love to see happen here. And if we understand that, then we know we can't play this like it's checkers. This is chess. This is spiritual chess. Two wrongs ain't gonna never make a right. You gotta know when your enemy's trying to coerce you into doing wrong for his own intentions. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it really comes down to. He want nothing more than to drag you into the reputation he has. Nothing more. And to turning you into the monster he is. So that's not a win. That's not a win. But when something like this occurs, I don't think people care about winning no more. I don't think people see a reason to continue being good people when you destroy the entire country. When you bomb 90 million people and the ones who are left have control over the nukes, what the hell are they holding on to their reputation for? Watching us run around here being silent about it, a good portion of us championing the shit. You want them to care about their reputation when there's only 6 of them left? They're gonna bomb the shit out of you. And they should. If you're thinking like a normal human being is, and all their family and their whole country being wiped out. And they look over here and see these red hat wearing people celebrating that shit. Or these capitalists over here saying, well, I would say something, but it's going to hurt my brand. I would say something, but it's going to mess with my contract. I'm going to bomb you guys to the fucking Stone Ages. That's what a person's going to do. Whether it's right for them to do that or right for you, it don't matter. Because what they holding on to, that good reputation that they holding on to, if it's wiped out, if everything they've ever known, everything they ever loved is wiped out, then what the hell are they holding on to their reputation for? You have to ask them to care when there's no reason to anymore. And this is exactly what the devil's trying to coerce them into. This is exactly the course that he wants for this earth. He knows damn well these people are prideful. He knows damn well that they are winning this war. And so the way for him to get the win that he wants is to coerce them into being faced with the good old kill innocent people or don't kill innocent people conundrum. That's what he's trying to do. He's using the American people as human shields. That's what's happening. And Iran's been doing everything they can to keep from sending bombs to our land. They've been hitting all of our allies in the Middle East. They've been popping the shit out of them. But they've done a great deal of restraint in regards to sending anything toward us. Because they value their reputation. They don't want to be seen as terrorists. They don't want to be known as the people who wiped America out. All the influence we have all around the world, all the money that we bring to this thing, all the culture that we've had dating back histories. They respect our legends who are no longer with us. People like Tupac and Nipsey and all these great people that have come along the way who died before any of this happened. They respect those people. They don't want to destroy their land. They love us in a way that we don't even know to love them. Because we were taught that they were terrorists, and they learned of all the great shit we were doing. They have a different scope on America than we have on Iran. They don't want to be the ones that destroy us. They have no interest in doing that. But if you destroy Iran, there's only 6 of them left. What's to keep them from destroying us if they have the capability of doing so? And most importantly, are we aware that that's exactly what Donald Trump and the Israel lobby is trying to essentially allow for them to do? Trying to coerce them into the space where they decide to do. If you don't see that, I'm afraid you haven't been paying close enough attention to everything that's been there to see. You are a human shield, America. But the difference is, they don't care if they bomb us. Israel and Donald Trump, the pedophiles of the earth, could care less if they call that bluff and bomb our land. They don't have a problem with that. Donald Trump don't have a problem with that. Benjamin Netanyahu and Ben Gvir and the Israelis, they don't have a problem with that. I'm sure some of them would prefer America not be gone because they like visiting here, they like making money here. They probably like some of the culture themselves. But to create the greater Judaica, that's a sacrifice they'd be happy to make. To wipe this superpower off the earth, yeah, that's something they probably see as a good strategy for them. Just like wiping Iran out is a good strategy for them. Human shields, man. If you don't realize you're a human shield, I don't know what to tell you. If you ain't figured out that they hiding behind you and trying to provoke these people to send their very biggest and best bombs to hit your innocent ass, I don't know what to tell you. Because at this point, that's what their evidence has been showing us for the last 3 years. You've already been sold. I told people before I even knew of a damn genocide that this was a generation that was discarded of. I told you that. And mind you this, North Korea, Kim Jong-un, the guy that they've been telling us is the worst tyrant in the whole world, and a lot of us believe it, even though we ain't heard a word from Kim Jong-un, he got real nukes. He got real nukes. Iran's is his real friends. He got allies, he's allies with Iran. If we blow Iran off the map, you think he has the same humanitarian, godly thoughts about not blowing America sky high in response to his homie being shot down? 90 million people and one of his most important allies in his region? If Donald Trump does this stupid ass shit and bombs them people off the map, you think it's going to be anything keeping him from sending his nukes over to us? If you think that, I got some beachfront property in Iowa to send you, buddy. It's going to cost you everything you got, though. But it'll be worth it. Just give it to me. I give you the deed. And I'm telling you, if he sends one of them bombs, there will be some beachfront property in Iran, in Iowa. Because that's how freaking bad this thing gonna look after he done bombing the shit out of it. You let these goofy ass people representing white supremacy use you as a human shield if you want, buddy. And we all be history together. I tell y'all, y'all racist individuals have coerced yourselves into this conundrum right here with every racist thing that y'all ever did. The passing forward of that nonsense up until this very point is why we're in this position right now. It was y'all wicked, selfish, devil-worshipping racism that allowed for these demons to seep their way into the intricacies of your country. If y'all would have been unselfish and reasonable motherfuckers, excuse my language, if y'all would have been reasonable for the last 500 years, they wouldn't have been able to use what they were able to seep their way into your country, y'all. That's what it was. And because of it, now you're going to suffer the fate to come with that. And I'm telling you, at this point, I'm telling everybody to get right with God. Enjoy these buildings around you and all this different stuff that you love. If you're in the times I'm in, take a good look at all this shit. Because at this point, it's at risk. And I don't know how much longer it's going to be standing. Because these people got some real weapons. And the motivation behind not sending them to hit us is starting to deteriorate with every passing effort of this Israeli-American regime. Every single day they kill another innocent person. They deteriorate at the restraint of those who are in position to do this to us. They deteriorate in that restraint. And with every passing day where we're silent and moving along our lives as usual, being indifferent to the suffering of those people, the more and more that indifference for our suffering is becoming real in their belly. And we start to faint out the reasons behind why they wouldn't do it to us. Every single day that we show that we don't care about what's going on with these people. And I'm telling you, I wasn't part of that shit. I was never a part of that. As soon as I became aware of what this country was doing, I was using my voice every single time I had an opportunity to tell y'all in the presence of all these silent people, all these individuals that were comfortable with that shit. I told you I wasn't with it. I serve a real living God. I believe in Jesus Christ, and he put it in my heart to love people that pray like me, who don't pray like me, innocent children. I don't believe in none of that hurting, people for the sake of building colonial powers. You sacrifice what you need to sacrifice to assure that your fellow man has an opportunity to survive. That's what Jesus Christ taught me. You can call him a son of God, you can call him prophet, you can call him whatever the hell you want to call him, but at the end of the day, what you can't call him was a terrorist, because he wasn't doing none of this shit that these people say that they love him are doing. None of it. And people that stand behind him and then proceed to harm others in the name of whatever it is they're trying to accomplish, he wasn't about any of that. Those are lies. Lies told by people who pretend, who are not serious about loving him. Not at all. And so that's what I want to say to all of y'all. I was never with it. I was never with it. Video 44, I thank you all for watching. I'm out.